Today, we're diving into what's been happening with Sophie a day that's been anything but ordinary. Let's break down what's driving the market action surrounding Sophie. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily Stock Update. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads and also enter our giveaway. But before that, alert, this is not a financial advice video. As of the time of creating video, Sophie is down by 1.37%. It's been an incredibly volatile day, with the stock hitting a low of $7.81 and a high of $8.23. Interestingly, despite the market's turbulence, there hasn't been any significant news from Sophie itself, no new SEC filings or announcements. However, the Personal Consumption Expenditures PCE index was released earlier today. In my opinion, the core PCE came in slightly better than expected, 2.6% compared to the forecast of 2.7%. Month over month, the figure remained relatively flat. Some analysts, for reasons unclear, are starting to question the accuracy of this data. This skepticism arises despite the recent economic indicators like initial jobless claims, GDP, and PCE showing a stronger economy than anticipated. There seems to be some fear, uncertainty, and doubt FUD circulating, perhaps intentionally, but the reasoning behind it is puzzling. What's particularly noticeable today is the significant selling activity in Sophie's secondary market, especially for transactions over $100,000. All of these large transactions appear to be sales based on the bid and ask prices. This indicates that big money is pulling out, possibly due to increased short interest in the stock. At the moment, shorts are playing a significant role in the market, with an increase of 197,000 shares shorted since the morning. This brings the total short interest to 17.67% of the free float, or approximately 184.93 million shares. It's intriguing to note the sudden spike in Sophie's price earlier today, which initially seemed like a strong buy signal. However, this was actually shorts returning shares, causing a temporary surge due to the added buying pressure. Looking at the broader picture, Sophie has seen a 3.13% increase over the last 5 days and a 7.3% rise over the last month. Despite today's volatility, Sophie has generally been performing well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on why you think Sophie has experienced such a downturn today. It seems that a lot of growth stocks are under pressure, but the overall market dynamics, especially with the PCE data, haven't drastically changed. Currently, there's a 69.5% chance of a 25 basis point rate cut, which has slightly increased from earlier estimates of 64 to 66%. Even though the data indicates a strengthening economy, there's still a strong push towards a smaller rate cut rather than a larger 50 basis point cut. Nothing has significantly shifted for the November 7th meeting, where there's still a good likelihood of a 50 basis point cut. Overall, I view these developments as somewhat optimistic. One concerning factor, however, is the recent data showing a substantial move into money markets. Just last week, $21.05 billion flowed into money markets, pushing the total to a record high of $6.26 trillion. This suggests that big money is opting for safer investments, like earning the current interest rates, rather than staying in the stock market. This trend reflects a lingering sense of fear, which could influence market movements, especially with potential rate cuts on the horizon. These cuts might eventually encourage a rotation back into equities, but for now, caution prevails. Another interesting observation is the Fear and Greed Index, which has shifted towards greed over the past week. This indicates a growing appetite for risk among investors, though it seems to be more prevalent among speculative players rather than large institutions. The latter appear to be more hesitant to make significant market moves, as reflected in the recent selling activity. Let's discuss the options market for Sophie. Today, there's been significant activity, with 1.37 million puts and 6.54 million calls. A substantial amount of money is flowing into Sophie through options, with 48% of these being bearish. Despite the bearish sentiment, there's also a strong consensus for the stock to be above $9 next week based on the call options being purchased. The open interest shows 20,000 contracts at the $7.50 strike and 27,000 at the $8 strike. While these levels are lower than usual, they indicate a significant battle around the $8 range. which could be a key level to watch next week. We also see notable resistance at the $8.50 mark, with 34,000 contracts. In summary, sofi is currently trading at $7.94, between a pivot point and the R1 resistance level at $7.98. The stock flirted with this resistance earlier, but hasn't broken through convincingly. It seems like larger entities are looking to bring sofi, along with other growth stocks, down after a strong run. However, there's still plenty of optimism for sofi's future. Friends, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about today's video? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.